Peace and blessings. It's your girl Elisha. I wanted to do a video on using frankincense, myrrh, and gold during this time of the winter solstice. I took some notes so I can not forget to mention certain things and stay on track. Okay. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. And plus I got some printouts and things like that. So how did I forgot how I got to where I was like, I think I need to make sure I'm utilizing frankincense, myrrh, and gold during this time. Okay, so basically, the first thing is winter solstice is in the northern hemisphere, the time of the year where the days are the shortest, or actually that day is when the day is the shortest and the night is the longest. And leading up to that, the days have gotten shorter and shorter and the nights have gotten longer and longer. That's why it gets dark early as hell. Like, you're like, it's 5 o'clock or 5:30 or 6 and it's dark. That's why, because of the way the earth is tilted towards the sun. So I went and got the science of this. I went and I understood it generally, but I wanted to go look it up so I could understand exactly what's going on. So it says that the sun is at the lowest point in the sky, okay? And this is going to happen this year in 2015 on Tuesday, December the 22nd. And this is only in the northern hemisphere. And the southern hemisphere is doing the opposite, okay? So the North Pole is tilted the furthest at negative 23.5 degrees from the sun. So that gives you the fewest hours of daylight, okay? So if you're a visual person, you can like Google it and look at it and see how the sun is tilted. The North Pole is tilted away from the sun at a specific like negative 23.5 degrees. And that's why you get so few hours of daylight. You know, when you used to do those little projects in school where you do the solar system and you call them dioramas, whatever you call them. That's a visual, like 3D way of doing it. So if you got to do that or draw it or whatever, do that if you even care. I'm a nerd. I like knowing stuff like that because I feel like knowing is power. Like knowing and then doing it is power. But I need to understand the nuts and bolts and the ins and outs and the numbers and the math and the science behind something. So I don't get duped by people who either don't know what they're doing or know what they're talking about or try to lie and say they know something I don't know. If I know for myself, then I don't have to worry about that. So that's why I like to get the science of stuff. So the day after marks the beginning of the lengthening of the days, and that leads into the summer solstice in June, which would be June 21st, which we always recognize as the first day of summer, and it's also the summer solstice. This has been happening since the beginning of the planet Earth. This is where the story of Jesus comes from. The only reason it's on the 25th is because of the Roman Catholic Church and them trying to convert pagans away from something that's just nature, because that's what pagans do. They recognize nature. And they just decided on one day that's not based in any science. So December 25th is not anybody's birthday. It's not the birth of the sun in the sky, nor any baby Jesus. It's just not. That's facts. So the word, just FYI, the word solstice means sun standing still because it looks like the sun is standing still in the sky. Okay. So that's where you get that Jesus was, well, I won't get into that. I'll do another video on that one because you gotta explain all that stuff. So, that's the end of my notes on that one. So, that's the winter solstice. So, the winter is the time when things die. It gets cold. It's dark, just like I just said. The days are short. The nights are long. So, it's dark, more dark than it is light. It's cold. Things die. Things go into the earth. And they're recycled eventually in the spring because things technically go into the earth and are recycled. Everything's broken down. and you're in the womb. It's associated with the womb. The new moon phase, or the dark phase of the moon, it's associated with rebirth, death, and then things always come back. So why use frankincense, myrrh, and gold during this time? Okay, the whole metaphoric thing about baby Jesus, and if you study anything about like Christ consciousness, the Son of God is like what you're giving birth to. It's a new beginning. It's something that you are creating and you're giving birth to, okay? And it's supposed to be very powerful, just like Jesus was supposed to be very powerful, okay? So you want to get your body in such a state where what you give birth to is complete. And there's a whole lot of stuff that deals with chakras and things like that I'm not going to get into because that would make this video really long. But basically, you just want to give your body all the tools and things it needs to give birth to a God-like thing, a perfect thing, because we all say God is perfect, right? So we want to give birth to something, but in order for something to be born perfect, it has to be given the right tools and be incubated and grown and birthed or grown and nourished in the correct, under the correct conditions. So the science behind why frankincense is good to use, and the reason why they gave it to baby Jesus, it said they came in and they gave baby Jesus three gifts: frankincense, gold, and myrrh. And because I follow the Bible, if I read the Bible, I read it from this standpoint only, a metaphysical standpoint. It has everything to do with my growth, my creation, my evolution, and metaphysics. It has to do with zodiac signs. It has to do with cosmic events. It has to do with, I said chakras. So if I read it, that's what I get from it. So if it says that on the time that Jesus was born, or the Son of God was born, baby Jesus or whatever, which I just associate with it being the sun, S-U-N, sun, and then my inner sun, the solar plexus, that means that there's something to it, because these stories are not meant to be taken externally. I wouldn't even say not to be taken literally. It depends on what part of the Bible you're reading, if it's literal, and it depends on how you're looking at it, if it's literal. There's some literal stuff that you can do. So the frankincense, myrrh, and gold is one literal thing that you can do at this time. So frankincense, they've been doing this for a long time, using frankincense, myrrh, either the essential oil or the resin. And let me show you. I gotta cut this light off though. Okay. I have a bag. It's just where I put it, and I should probably put it in a nicer place. But I have a bag. This is frankincense. Okay. Let me take some out. So frankincense is grown on like a shrub. Okay. Like a bush. And there's a resin that comes out, and then they dry the resin. Okay. So it looks like this. This is dried frankincense resin. What am I going? Okay. So this looks like almost like little rocks, but they're not. They're not squishy, but they give just a little bit. I don't know. So I have a bag of that, and then here's myrrh, and it's so little. I'm not gonna take it out, but frankincense is. Most of it's pretty white and tan, and then the myrrh is more brown, a lot more brown in there. But it has some lighter pieces in there too. Okay, and then I have another bag. It's the same thing, but it says frankincense. Okay, so you can get this at any metaphysical shop. Go in, they'll have some frankincense somewhere. or you can order it online. Let's see. So, and gold, I don't have gold yet. I know someone who has some. I might use theirs, but I'm gonna order my own. But we'll get to the gold in a minute, cause it's the next thing. So let me read you a little bit about the benefits of frankincense and myrrh. You can also use the essential oil, which I have some. You'll pay about, for frankincense, $20 to $30, and maybe more, depending. I use Now brand right now. now brand right now. I use that, but you can get, I feel like Now is good quality. There's certain brands I would not use. If it doesn't cost at least $20 to $30, I wouldn't trust it, because it's either cut with something or it's just not pure. Okay. Myrrh, it's not wrong to cut the frankincense either, because the myrrh I have actually is cut with or mixed with grapeseed oil. And so the price of it came down like about $10, right? So if you are short on your cash not flowing right this second, go ahead and get it mixed with something else. Now is a brand that I haven't had any problems with. I feel like it gives good results, so good brand. And no, I'm not getting paid to say that, even though it'd be nice if I was. So the 3 gifts, like I said, were gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And let me tell you the benefits of myrrh. Now, remember when we always hear about people getting depressed during the winter? We always hear about people getting sick, more sickness, colds and flu and things like that, and stomach bugs and stuff happen during the winter. Well, how do you keep that from happening? One, you get something that will support your immune system and keep you from becoming sick. So the health benefits of myrrh, you can burn it. Burning it on the resin, you have to use a coal disc, a charcoal. You have to get a coal disc that's specifically for burning resins or incense or loose incense. You can't use charcoal that you use to cook on your grill. It's not gonna work. Not the same thing. So you want to, what I was saying was, when you burn it, you're breathing it in. It gets in your bloodstream. You can also put it under your tongue, sublingually is what it's called, and it will go directly in your bloodstream. Make sure you get something that is edible or food grade. It doesn't have toxins. That's why I say you have to do your own research and make sure the oil that you are using is suitable for you to ingest it. Do your own research. Proceed with caution. Make sure you do things. I use certain oils and I don't have a problem with it, and I feel good doing it. So, but that's me. Make sure you do what you're comfortable with. So, the health benefits of myrrh. So that's ways to get it in your bloodstream, get it in your body. Breathing it in, inhaling it like that, it gets in your bloodstream. It goes, when you breathe air in, the air goes into your lungs through the pathways to the alveoli, and it's picked up. The oxygen molecules and everything is picked up by your lungs, okay? And other things are picked up by your lungs, or the blood that's flowing through. And then it takes it through a process and it gets into your bloodstream, okay? So when you breathe something in, it does go into your bloodstream. When you massage something on your skin, it eventually gets in, small parts of it gets into your bloodstream, okay? So doing either way, it'll get into your system and give you the benefits. So, health benefits: antiseptic, which means anti-germs basically. Antifungal, that's another germ. Anti-inflammatory, that's a state where you would be more prone to becoming sick, and it will sometimes causes pain depending on where the inflammation is. Antidepressant, so didn't I just say that people have seasonal depression, it's the holidays, don't have family, or it's just because it's so dark, and people just get depressed when it's dark a lot instead of the sun. Sunlight makes people happy. That's why they say people have a sunny disposition, happy, and all that. So using myrrh will help relieve your depression. And as I get further into these videos, I'm going to actually do the research and look until I figure out what specific chemicals are in myrrh that react with chemicals that make you not depressed. And like I said, the reason why I get so deep into stuff like that instead of just taking people's word for it is because when you know how things work, then you become the alchemist who can use things to make change within your own life, and you're more effective because you know exactly why and how things work. So as the videos go along, I'm going to get more in depth. This video is just so you can take advantage of it at this time, because the winter solstice is going to be on Tuesday, and you still have time to go out and get these things if you want to use them. So let's see what else. Antimicrobial, antiviral, astringent, which means it tones things up. Immune booster, and improves circulation. So during this time when you're having to put in work, when you plant seeds, these seeds are seeds in the subconscious mind. There are some things that you can plant now, and then they won't show up until the spring. But you put them in the ground now and they show up in the spring, because it's fine for them to be under the earth, but they just can't survive outside or above the soil, because the cold and the frost will kill it. So you right now are supposed to be planting seeds in your subconscious mind. And once you reap that harvest and those things grow, you want them to be strong, because if something is planted in depleted soil that's not doesn't have the right minerals, nutrients, and everything, then the plant that it produces is not going to be any good, because it wasn't built on a solid ground. It wasn't built with the building blocks weren't good. So you want to make sure that what you're planting in your subconscious mind is from the highest place. And the gold, when I get to that, has to do with your crown chakra and being connected to spirit. So now is the time to go within and connect with your spirit and plant seeds and clear out all the BS that's holding you back from what you need to do. Okay? You need to study, learn different things, connect with your spirit, and the greatest teacher that you have is your own spirit. So this is the time for going within. Just like a woman's menstrual cycle, she has every month a beautiful cycle that takes her through this death and rebirth process. Every 29 and a half days is 28 to 29 and a half days is what it's supposed to be. Every month. That's why women are seen as very spiritual. Men can do the same thing. They just have to put in the work. There's some spiritual systems that say that men have to go through women. Whatever. I won't go there. I won't go there. But it's really the feminine spirit, really, you need to go through. So this is a time to, if you're improving circulation, that means you're improving your blood flow. If you're improving your blood flow, you're improving your life force, your essence. Because blood is correlates with your chi and your the unseen energy, chi, prana, whatever you call it. So if you don't have blood flow, things die. When you sleep on your hand, wrong, or lay on it wrong, or sit on your leg wrong, or whatever, and you cut that blood flow, the first thing starts happening is your leg starts tingling, and your body's like, yeah, we need some blood flow. It hurts. And you start hurting because things are starting to die. The oxygen's not getting there. Blood carries oxygen, and without oxygen, you can't live. Very quickly, you start feeling the effects of not having oxygen. So blood flow and circulation is very important to being healthy, to having optimal life force energy flowing through your body, because they all line up with each other, all these things. So anything that helps with that blood flow is going to be good. So burning your myrrh, or using your myrrh essential oil rubbing it on the skin, taking a bath in it, letting it go, because water is programmable. You can speak intentions into your water and vibrations, use different crystals. Okay, so you want to make sure that you take advantage of these things, so you can have the best outcome from the things that you're working on during this time, this season. Okay. So also, when you, let's see, myrrh, you can use as a sedative, and it helps to stimulate your thoughts. And it also, when you're sedated, that means you're less here in the physical body and more in the other realm, in the spirit realm. So you're trying to get insight from the spirit realm, from your higher self. So you know what exactly, like, you'll be inspired. You're basically going and gathering those things so you can give birth to what you want to give birth to. Let's see. Let's think. It stimulates uterine health for women. And since the womb is synonymous with, create your creativity, it doesn't just create babies. It also, that space and that energetic portal gives birth to businesses, beauty. It gives birth to financial abundance. It gives birth to whatever it is that you want to give birth to, good relationships, whatever. You can plant those seeds in that womb and you'll give birth to what you want to give birth to. So if it stimulates uterine health, that's good, because everything correlates to everything else. Let's see. I already said about the immune system and the circulation, and purifies the body. So that's myrrh. Then with frankincense, it does pretty much the same thing. Antiseptic, disinfectant, helps your digestion. It's a sedative and a tonic. So it will help you to sleep. It will help you not to be anxious or stressed. It helps with inflammation, reduce inflammation. It also says it helps obstructed and delayed menstruation and delays menopause. Helps PMS symptoms. Let's see. And strengthens the absorption of nutrients in the body. That's good, because like I said, you need nutrients, you need vitamins, you need things to be put, like if you were, like I said, with the plant, if a plant doesn't have all the vitamins and nutrients it needs, it's not going to grow properly. Okay, so that's why you should use frankincense, myrrh. Okay, so the gold, that's a lot of stuff, right? Research monoatomic gold, colloidal gold, which is like gold that's in liquid, is suspended. And you decide for yourself, how to use it and everything. Gold is not toxic. Gold is found in fruits and fruits that are purple. So purple and like indigo or bluish. So blueberries, eggplant, and grapes. And preferably the grapes that have seeds, right? So it's not like it's something weird to consume this. Ancient societies, societies consumed it. So basically it's called monoatomic gold. And the best thing that I saw that it does for you is it helps you connect to your higher self. Okay, so supporting using the gold, and then doing the research and getting and consuming it, getting it from a reliable source. And if you want to know my reliable source that I'm going to use, send me a message and I'll let you know. Yeah. Also, to support it, so get the gold, follow the directions, do whatever you need to do to ingest it and get it in. So those are the three things you should use: the frankincense, myrrh, and gold. And then in addition to that, you can eat, blueberries. Make sure you have like put blueberries in your smoothie or whatever. Eat grapes if they're in season where you are, eggplant, things like that. Okay. And then other things I could recommend what I'm going to use is always amethyst because it's purple. It's next to the crown chakra. And also you can use it somewhat for the third eye chakra. That's like a little nice little piece. And have a little cluster. Or okay, so during this time, like I said, make sure you use those things, and whether it's the resin, whether it's the oil, doesn't matter. It's still gonna work. So that's all I got to give you tonight. I hope it was helpful. Do your research, check it out, and take advantage of these elements, these different things, these different tools, these spiritual tools to help you grow during this time, so that by the time spring, summer comes, you can start to manifest or see some of the results. Okay? All right, peace.